Live and direct, put it in perspective. It's your boy BMAD.
And this is Raimundo Telemundo.
There's 1,000,001 podcasts with 1,000,001 stories.
And everyone wants to be heard. But at the end of the day,
we got something to say.
We're here to give you our perspective on
sports,
hip-hop,
finance,
and whatever the hell else is going on in life. We reflect
and we put it in perspective.
The feeling that you have when it was about, when you felt like, because I didn't think about it like that. That TIDAL was his black-owned business, and he took this position, and the way he spoke on it had nothing really to do with money. But to me, it was always about money. I didn't even care for that freestyle everyone was talking about with the Apple, whatever he said. I'm like, that was okay. But I didn't see, but I think he would. Hold on. I think he was doing what he normally does, which is try to persuade his fans to keep echoing whatever he says. So I'm just like, yo, you're a business dude, bro. It's all good. And this is how you push to he has to market to his demand. It makes business sense. He's just a business dude, bro. So I wasn't really, I guess that's why I was already over with the Ace of Spades deal. But you had, it hit you a certain way. But to me, I'm already used to him speaking like that. Like I said, with I lost the battle, but I won the war. It was like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? And the same thing with this. Like, it's a Jedi mind trick. In spirit, I'm a Vulcan. Like, he's slick dude, bro.
I mean, you can see it that way. I mean, there's some truth to that. But it just like the whole title deal, man. Like, I was there. Like, I was there for the first B-sides. I was there when he spit that freestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being in that building, it's like, yo, this shit is crazy. I mean, like, even if it was a business, like, it is business. But still, the fact that a rapper that used to sell drugs from Brooklyn, from Marcy Projects, in this industry, to make it to this point of owning a music platform, a streaming service amongst Apple and Spotify and Google Music and YouTube, that was crazy, and it was black owned. He 100% owned that. You know what I'm saying? And for him to talk the way he was talking, it's like, yo, this is my baby, you know. And I'm sharing this with other artists. They have shares and they have stakes in the company. Like, that was ill. That's nothing to sneeze at. So for me, when I see he made the deal with Jack Dorsey, I was like, damn, man, because you know I love Tidal. That's the only streaming service I mess with. I hate Spotify. I hate YouTube Music. I definitely mess with Apple. So it's just like, damn, son, like it just felt weird. Like, I see you're on the board at Square now, but damn, like you can't you can't make that claim that like this is a black owned company anymore. I mean, it took Tidal to its heights. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's business, right? I mean,
yeah, but speak more to that. Speak more to that as a fan, because I see, we see whoever all the real JAYZ fanatics stands out there that really hold him down, and you're way more objective than a lot of these guys. Like you said, they block you for just being like showing objectivity or what you think is objectivity, because we all try to be objective. Well, not all of us, but speak more to, though, like, what do you feel about what he said during the freestyle and during the B-sides concert that really would make you shocked? Like, I understand it's a different, the action is different from his words, but for you as a fan, what were you thinking was going to be the end goal, the title?
Nah, I thought that, you know, having someone like Jay-Z, everyone had an iPhone, so there was no way you were switching from Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? They already had their cores established right there. Spotify was there. People were still using Pandora. You know what I'm saying? Even though Tidal was just hell at the time when you first signed up. I think initially it was like $9.99 or maybe $7.99 or something like that. And it was crazy discounts. And it was no other streaming service. Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube were giving concerts and exclusive content from artists. Like, I got to see Jay-Z. I got to see the first B-side for free. I mean, if you count me paying $9.99 to start up Tidal as a paying for a ticket to see one of his illest concerts ever, then so be it. But still, like the fact that I made a playlist, a Jay-Z playlist, and got tickets to the B-side show, Apple and none of those dudes was doing that. Dre didn't make a concert, man. There was no Eminem show. It was nothing like that. You got to see, if you're a Jay-Z fan, you got to see a B-side concert, something he's been trying to do for fans like myself for years. He's always talked about it. He finally did it on his platform. Crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Then him spitting that freestyle, don't the flow, be the flow. It just like, yo, being in it, and I was like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Title's the wave. But hey.
So do you feel the same way about him with the Kaepernick move and the NFL?
Oh man. I felt the way about that too. I voiced my opinion on that. I got some backlash from other fans about that. It just felt weird. Like it just felt, I'm just being honest, it felt weird. Like I'm like, damn, like this dude should be in that room with you. But I don't know what transpired between them, you know, the talk of what happened prior to that, you know, but once Jay was like, yo, we passed kneeling and all that, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just felt weird, man. It just felt weird. It felt like damn, Cap should be a part of this. And he wasn't. You know, shit, I boycotted. I didn't watch the NFL for like 2 years. Like I stopped watching because of Cap. You know what I'm saying? Just to support him, get behind that. And then even when Jay was telling people don't perform at the Super Bowl, like Travis Scott. And then he made that deal like a year later. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just weird, man. It felt weird.
I think after the whole Rockefeller breakup, I realized when that happened, I said, oh, he did Dame dirty. And then I look back on what he was saying when he would say the whole, yeah, he won the battle, but I won the war. Again, he speaks subliminally and he'll say something. That's why he's a great artist of his time. Because he'll speak to something that can be interpreted in so many ways. And that's what great art is. When you see a painting, you and I can see something different. In parables, me and you could see the same painting and just have two different ideas of what we're looking at. And you know, a million people could look at the same painting, have a million different ideas. So I think when you say, yeah, he won the battle, but I won the war, I think that's his mentality, the corporate takeover. He looks at history. He's not thinking about a year from now, 5 years from now. He wants to think of his name 1,000 years from now. How is it going to be remembered? I'm one of the best rappers of my time. Rap is going to be regarded as like what Shakespeare was 500 years ago. These are tales from a bunch of poor people in this country that is the biggest dynasty of its time. And we have all this art form for it. And this guy was considered the best. All right, well, what else am I going to do with this? I don't want to be a poor artist that dies, you know, laying on top of my fucking canvas in the street. I want to be the total opposite of that shit. Right. And with, you know, the opportunities that rap brought business wise, it became almost like mob, like all these street figures involved, including him apparently. So he just makes these tough decisions. He recognizes intersections. He recognizes crossroads. I think he's great at that. And I think many great leaders and conquerors are great at that. And they tend to hedge their bets. Sometimes the way that he works, it can be looked at as cowardly in a sense, because he kind of avoids confrontation in a sense. And then he just goes on about his way with the bag in his hand. You know, like he's not talking about all the things that happened recently with Kaepernick or whatever. There is no interview about that. He didn't go back on, like, he ain't talking to people. He's not being interviewed by people who's going to confront him with these things.
I wouldn't consider that cowardly. I would consider that smart. I would consider like he basically what he's doing is he speaks when he feels like he has to speak, and he controls the narrative. Controlling the narrative. It's smart. It's a smart move for someone in his position. And yeah, us looking in from the outside, we're gonna have our perspective on it. But he's probably his mindset or the things that the rooms that he's in and the people he's probably dealing with and trying to talk to and build with, he's seeing something that we probably not even seeing. So like, yeah, I can feel like, all right, yo, I didn't like that decision he made. But it's probably things I don't know why he made that decision. Like you kind of see, he gets to a crossroad and he makes these tough decisions that maybe that like people like myself are gonna feel away. But yo, there's a reason why I'm doing it,
and
there's
he
a reason for this.
He removes the emotion all the way out of the equation. That's why the whole thing I'm saying, some people might view it as cowardly, because he chooses the narrative now, and he's not going to. He has no real answer. He has no slick answer to Charlemagne. If you were to ask him about Desiree Perez right now, there's no slick answer. It totally, contradicts his image. So what do? I ain't going on your show. It's not like you said. It's smart. It's Floyd Mayweather-ish. So he's conquering. I ain't gotta do it. I'm not gonna answer to that petty bullshit. I got billions to make, because without these billions, all that shit you guys complain about, it ain't happening. But I know I need more capital for whatever's coming next. And he's lined up with Jack Dorsey, who is trying to get into this NFT game, which is the whole purpose of this thing of TIDAL, that wasn't gonna make that much money. That was up against Apple, Spotify, potentially Amazon, and everybody else. He's not competing with them. They're not. You know why? Because we're not supporting them like that, or that movement. However you want to say, the money wasn't coming in. Jack Dorsey came in and he said, yo, we're gonna have artists create their own fucking shit. You're gonna create an NFT behind it, the new patent, whatever you want to call it. And now we're gonna be able to pay the artist directly with the Cash App. They're trying to like take over the banking system as well on a worldwide scale. And he's aligned with the perfect person who invented Twitter, who invented the Square, the PayPal shit. He's aligned with the tech people now directly. He's on the board for Square. That's a big deal, a huge deal. So I understand the emotions, but at a certain point, he hedges his bets. He's smart, bro. If he turns that down, then 50 years from now, his kids won't know the tech kids. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. I'm telling. All right, my perspective. Like I said, he's not caring. Like he has bigger fish to fry. Yeah, there's emotions involved. But it was, and I said this, and I said it when I posted on Twitter. I was like, yo, I don't know, I feel awkward about this decision, but I get it. I do get it. As a fan, and if you're behind something like I'm still am behind TIDAL, a big supporter from day one. For him to make that decision, I was like, damn. Like I still wish this dude owned it outright, but I get the move he made. He had to make this move. And plus, from what my understanding is, that artists weren't getting paid fully from the residuals from TIDAL. So Jack Dorsey paying for this takes care of that situation, puts those artists in a position to get paid. So it was the smart decision in the long run. He's playing the long game. It was smart. It was brilliant. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Also, the artist might be in a better position being backed by the Square guy, the Twitter guy. He has way more capital. Square is a public company.
Of course.
If people really want to get behind it, they can go buy shares of Square and go continue to support TIDAL. Shit like that. The whole deal with the NFL, for me personally, like I said from back then, I didn't like he misspoke, and that's why he doesn't like doing those impromptu interviews. That's not his style. He really would just rather keep it business. I'm surprised he spoke on the LVMH deal, but then they wanted to make it a big deal. And even because you saw with the Jack Dorsey deal, that was a tweet. So with the NFL, I don't think he wanted to do that, but I feel like the NFL wanted him to do that because they got one of the biggest stars, one of the biggest, most popular celebrities who's black to be up there sitting up with Goodell. So yeah, I see the whole charade game, but at the same time, Jay-Z didn't come up there like a sucker. You know how I feel about Kaepernick, bro. I stopped watching the NFL for a year or two because I felt like this guy stumbled on this whole protesting shit, but he exposed the fuck out of the NFL. All the contracts the NFL had, the military contracts they had to promote to promote the military, to play the national anthem during the beginning of a game. We never cared about that as a kid because we would go get pizza and go get our food. Kaepernick exposed a lot, and the owners admitted that they blackballed him. They gave him a settlement and everything. So Jay-Z was right. We are past kneeling, bro. We ain't on our knees. What's the next move? These guys in the NFL got to go get paid. Yo, Cap, you got paid. If you got your deal from Nike, you got your deal from the NFL. You're not allowed to talk. All right, fine. We'll sign another deal with the NFL for whatever. If you wanted to, you had that option. Jay-Z saying, "Yo, what's next? I have Rock Nation. I have a whole bunch of other artists, athletes who are assigned to the NFL. We got moves to make, bro. And I could put some artists on a halftime show, get them some exposure." His mother-in-law came out, Beyonce's mom, and said, "Yo, when was the last time you seen an all-black performance at the Super Bowl?" Shout out to my son-in-law. Proud of that guy. Anytime your mother-in-law is that proud of you publicly, that's a big deal. I never heard from that lady before. No disrespect from that woman before. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I heard from Tina Knowles in how long?
I mean, that's you.
For it to be that
voice opinion, all man. I mean,
for it to be that popular, and for her to come out and remind everybody, hey, by the way, this LVMH deal is amazing. And I remember I didn't forget what you guys were talking about a couple of years ago with my son-in-law. You guys didn't say shit about that Super Bowl performance, the national anthem, the halftime show. Y'all didn't say nothing. And remember, this is coming from a dude that was criticizing Jay-Z heavily. You know me, B, heavily. I didn't like none of that shit that he pulled before. All that my presence as a charity bullshit, I hated that. That made me turn on him like, yo, you can't talk like that. That's sucker shit. But ever since then, I can't front on him. Can't front on him. Kaepernick, yo, go call that man. Shake that man's hand. He did you a favor, bro. He did every other dude a favor. NFL 75, 80% black. But you know, he ain't gonna say nothing. That's not Cap style. He don't talk. He's worse than Jay-Z when it comes to interviews, bro. But anyway, shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Nas. We had a great Ether takeover talk, and of course Jay-Z business talk. But it's getting late.